YouTube webcam. It says Hangouts are going away this year. I guess you have to use something else. That's not gonna be good. It was already correcting me to go to something else. It says Hangouts are going away this year. Well, I guess you have to use something else. Got this pulled up somewhere. There it is. That's not gonna be good. Okay, so got everybody in here so far. 5 people now. Thank you guys for being in here. I'm Mr. Football, and we are back with a live stream here today. It's been about a month or so since we've done a live stream. Thank you to you guys being in here early. What we'll do, let me make sure, I think everything was going well. I'm going to watch the live stream just for a bit. So you're going to hear my voice repeat itself here. Let me make sure, I think everything was okay. Yeah, I'm liking it so far. Liking what we're doing here. Okay. Let me I've got some more little setup things I've got to do real quick, and then I'm going to have you guys, I'll show you everything here, or get you up to speed. I think we finally got the live stream set up that we can do pretty easily. It's really hard for me to read comments and interact on the computer at the same time. We used to have a second monitor, but now we just use our Mac computer, and so we don't have a second monitor for it. So I kind of go in between making sure I'm in focus, making sure the lighting's good, and then I'm reading your comments on an iPad down here. So let's see who's in here. Kid Cold was in here first. AirTube Extra said, what's up? Bryant Garcia, Around the Crease says, let's go. Vernon 88 Diggs Productions. I saw your thing on Instagram a minute ago, and I see some others that have joined in as well. And then Savage Red says, what's up? Not a lot. I guess we should just start off by saying, what is up today? It is a special day for me and Amber. We've been married for 1 year. So today is actually our 1-year anniversary of being married. So that was a big deal for us today, and really haven't done much. We were planning on going to an amusement park, and it just rained, and there was a lot of lightning. So we didn't go. Really just got coffee this morning and hung out for the rest of the day. She's in there watching movies, and I'm live streaming on YouTube, doing what we do best. And that's really everything that's going on. I've been filming some vlogs here lately that you guys will see later next month, possibly at the end of this month. It just kind of depends how everything works out. I do have some things for you guys to answer for me today. If you're going to enter this giveaway, the details are down below. And I'm kind of, we're just going to kind of make this a football tips video for anybody kind of coming in here, talking about what you guys need help on, at this part during the season. You may have things going on with football that's keeping you busy. You may not. I'm not really doing much with football right now other than YouTube. So I don't have much going on. So everybody else may have stuff going on, but football mode for me right now is to get videos out to you guys for this upcoming football season. I've got almost videos all the way to July at this point. So I did leave a question for you guys to answer for me in that Google form down there on what video you want to see released this upcoming Tuesday. What's great is, like, I'm going to be on vacation for the next 3 weeks and not going to be in the filming studio necessarily, but I'm going to be releasing some videos that I've filmed previously, pushing those out to you guys. Now you're going to see some videos, and I'm going to have a lot of hair. All right. I'm going to have a lot of hair up here, and I'm going to have a lot of hair on the beard. Okay. This is the most recent that you guys could see me. Just know that they're going to look old, and I'm going to have like a massive fro, and then my beard was going crazy for a while. So I haven't, this is the most update we are. So it's going to look real weird if you watch my videos in order, because I don't really care. So they're just going to come out when they come out. So I'm trying to get the good ones out to you guys, so forth. But I'm going to respond to some of your questions here, and then we'll get into some of the details. I'm seeing all your guys' comments here. GSN Spike, what are you giving away? I'll announce that here in just a minute. Vernon Diggs says, happy 1 year. Thank you. Kid Cold said congrats as well. Thank you. Thank you to everybody that's congratulated us. Around the Crease said, just won my spring football league championship. Whoop, whoop. So guessing that's for youth, Pop Warner kind of deal. I don't know what's spring. I know some places do spring football leagues. Air YouTube extra running back tips. We can talk about that. Best face mask for linemen. We can talk about that. How to not get tired as fast by Savage Red. Yes, we can talk about that as well. Safety tips. I'm guessing for playing strong safety, free safety. We can talk about all that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have all that down there, and we'll talk about semi-pro league in Maryland. Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. We can go through. Oh yeah, we can go through all these tips. So, and I'll also, if you guys have written the same thing on your response, I'll answer those, and I'll kind of, if I've missed any, I'll go through that. So, here's kind of the deal for those of you that are new to the live stream and to what we do. This is how it works to win and enter a giveaway and to possibly win something. So, the first thing that you'll do, all right, first of all, you got to be subscribed to my channel. If you're not subscribed, I don't know why you're here. Obviously, you guys are subscribed. You got the notification this video's out. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you are subscribed, hit the notification bell just to make sure you know exactly when these videos are released. I will check around the crease on yours and see. I'll be able to see if it entered or not. I do have your Instagram message here, and I'm going to respond to everybody here in a minute once I get some time here. But so first thing, you got to be subscribed. The next part is there is a, and I will go ahead and show this to you guys. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I'm a little slow on the buttons, and I'm very disappointed that they're going to not use this anymore. So it's really unfortunate. Not that, not that. Okay, so this is something that you guys should be seeing. 12 years, that's awesome. What you're going to see here is our giveaway links and the rules to this. So you will subscribe to Mr. Football. Obviously, you will click and answer this here in the Google form. Go through, fill out all this stuff. Make sure if you have a user or channel name, it does not matter, but whatever your comments are showing up as, that's what I need to see. I don't need to see something that's different. Instagram username, that lets me kind of double check everybody on here. And then this giveaway is restricted for the 48 states in the United States. So if you are international, Hawaii, Alaska, I'm sorry. That we're going to restrict it to the 48 states. And finally, what video, or I've got two extra, what video you want me to release next between these four? Pick one, and then what football tips do you want me to discuss? And so we'll look at that, okay? And so from there, I also have a link to my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to follow me. Send me a direct message. If it doesn't look like it's going to go through, then just make sure this light, there's the lighting, sort of. Make sure it goes through, and I'll double check everybody here and kind of go through everything. So give me a second here, and I'm going to go through and start working on the list, and then we'll start to kind of talk about, actually, let's talk about our tips first. Talk about what we're giving away tonight. This isn't the biggest giveaway we're going to do, and we'll be real honest with you. We're going to do some big giveaways this summer, okay? And I'm not going to share too many details about what those are just yet, so you'll need to kind of stay around to get that insider information, and I will share it at the end of the video on what we're going to be giving away. But that'll all start to come out. It's going to be a big month-long giveaway for one of these items, and the other one may be a live stream one. But anyway, We are giving away 2 items tonight. They're all going to come in one package, but I've got a little bundle here for someone that would win this. But I'm going to be giving away a Sisu mouth guard. So this is the next gen mouth guard. It is a 2.4 millimeter thin custom fit mouth guard. It is an adult mouth guard. It is in their color electric blue. It's just kind of your basic blue color. Kind of hard to see on camera here. We're kind of dark in here tonight. Not a lot of natural light. There we go. It's a little better. So we're going to be giving away a Sisu mouth guard. Remember, I've done videos on these mouth guards before. Basically, you can remold these as many times. They're remoldable about 20 times or so, and you can usually get a pretty good fit after a couple times molding it. It took me a couple times, but these are awesome. And then I've got a little giveaway. I was at a coaching conference not long ago, and I got some East Bay swag. So you guys know East Bay. I got some East Bay swag for you, and I'll be giving a little bit of that away. But it says it's got their East Bay logo there, and then East Bay for the win. So that's what we're giving away tonight. As far as your football tips go, I'll kind of just start on what you guys gave me, and then I'll kind of go from there, and just kind of, you know, if there are more questions that come up between all this, you know, you guys can let me know. If you have any additional questions, I'll make sure to try to go through all this, and we will get everybody's questions answered tonight if all possible. I'm giving you guys a thumbs up, just making sure you guys are seeing that on Instagram, just kind of going through everybody right now. Like I got Savage Red right now. I got some people that didn't show up, some of you guys that are new. Okay. I'm just going to start thumbing up everybody. Thumbing up, thumbing up. Around the crease. And I'll make sure to tell you guys, you know, if I've got you or not later on. There's plenty of time to enter the giveaway. So no need to feel rushed at this point right now, and then we'll go back through everybody else. Okay, because I had about 7 on there, and it looks like 7 people have done it, maybe 9 now. So you guys may be working on that. So okay, good. Okay. So here we go. We're gonna just kind of start up here. And I'm going to look and see give you guys a little shout out here and tell you who answered or who gave out what question. All right, Vernon, 88 Diggs Productions on here. He wanted to see some tips for incoming freshman cornerbacks. As far as tips for freshman cornerbacks, I mean, the position of cornerback to me, things you could be working on as far as going in as a freshman, it all kind of depends on, you know, the kind of scheme that your coaches are running. Are you running more zone schemes? Are you running man schemes? You're running pattern read schemes? There's all kinds of different things that you could consider working on. You know, are you going to be working on tackling, working on, you know, backpedals, shuffles, whatever it is? The thing with, you know, young talent coming in, and I assume, you know, coming in as a freshman or looking to get playing time, or even if you're just a freshman on varsity or junior varsity or whatever, I would recommend making sure you know exactly the technique that you need to be playing, because technique is very, very important as far as cornerbacks go. It's hard to explain everything, you know, right here. It's better if I, you know, could kind of show you guys and have you think about that stuff. I think if you work some what are called in and out drills and kind of working on breaks, little stuff like that, it's good, and kind of working on your back pedal. There's plenty of backpedal videos that you can look at and kind of get a good idea. Um, so let's see. Brian Garcia, get offs. I'm guessing, depending on what kind of get offs we're talking about, if we're talking about like for defensive line, or if we're talking in any other way, that when I think of get offs, I think on the defensive line. I'll just kind of go through my thing on defensive line get off. Usually at the beginning, I mean, for me, an everyday drill for us is, and we don't do it every day, but at least first day out, we will do a get off drill. Depending on what you mean by get off, I mean, and you could also be meaning it's a block destruction where you're getting off of somebody, so that could also mean the same thing. But what we like to do is line them up, and I usually, depending on the scheme, if we're a 3 down or a 4 down team, I usually do 4 down defensive linemen, and we work just getting off of the ball. And so what I do is, and you could have anybody help you do this, that someone that could just simulate the center snapping the ball rather than going off of cadence. So what we do is I have a football and a stick, football and a string, and we pull that to generate the speed coming off of the ball. And all we're looking for is low shoulders, eyes up, and speed. So we're looking for a good balanced stance on those get offs. And that's kind of the things that we like to look at as far as tips for getting off quick. AirTube Extra, do you still do those football mystery boxes? Yes, we still do. The mystery box, or what is referred to as our subscription box service, is on Patreon. And if you want to know more about that, we can talk about that as well. Savage Red, how not to get tired as fast? How much should I weigh for freshman football? Depending on what position you play. I know you answered should lineman wear back plates video. I'm not saying you're a lineman or if that's the video you want to see. I would recommend, as far as not getting tired fast, is just probably a little bit of endurance training. The one thing with endurance training, and I'm just saying from personal experience, a little bit of endurance and working on longer runs, even though in football we don't run as much. I'm not saying you have to go out and run a mile, but some endurance training might be, running the 100 yard dash as fast as you can. Running the full 100 yards of the football field as fast as you can. And it might even be too big to start out that big. If you're a lineman, what you could do is start in close, like start at 10 yards, even 5 yards, and then just start, breaking it out from that point. And from that, doing that endurance training and doing it for about maybe 15 to 20 minutes would give you a lot of reps as far as going fast. You don't want to allow yourself to have a whole lot of rest, but it's all, I could give you a little program to work at on that. I'm gonna butcher your name here. Are you Leno Sanchez? I'm sorry, A Sanchez. I'm gonna butcher your name. Start a series on making tips and drill for football positions. I've been, it's in the works. I'll give you that. I think everybody would like to see football drill tip videos, and I think that's something that I'm going to have to work on. So we're just going to kind of see where that goes from there. DB plays, how to track the ball. As far as tracking the ball in the air, and this is from I Am Reach. As far as tracking the ball, it all kind of comes through with getting your eyes on the quarterback. If you are playing, and the thing is, if you've got your eyes on the ball and tracking the ball, you're probably playing a little bit of zone coverage. And so what we've done in the past, and it really kind of depends on the way that you look at it. We like to square our defensive backs up, make sure you have your eyes to the line of scrimmage, your shoulders in line. And when we zone drop, we're backpedaling or we're shuffle pedaling. Kind of, it's kind of different, but when we do that, we key our eyes to the quarterback, because in a passing situation, if you're zone dropping, you're dropping to your zone. So if I was backpedaling right now and the quarterback is over here, I'm going to be like, for instance, if we're playing cover three, I'm going to be dropping to my third. And as I'm dropping to my third, I'm feeling my man as he's running through my zone. And if that quarterback puts the ball in my zone, I've already have my eyes on him. And then all I have to do is play center field in baseball and go up and get it. And we've had a lot of success with just playing cover three, which is very simple coverage. And we've gotten a lot of interceptions just from tracking the ball, running our zone, reading the quarterback's release, breaking to the ball, and getting the interception. It takes time to work on that stuff, but you've really got to have a good feel for your zone. Even doing it in man coverage can kind of be very similar. You're just working on your man, but it's a little bit harder because you may not have as much time, and tracking the ball is just a little bit different in man. So let's see. How to handle self-doubt, Kid Cold. I think with self-doubt, I think the first thing that you've got to think about is you got to believe in yourself. I mean, that's kind of because self-doubt kind of just comes from doubting that you have some inability to do something whenever that's not the case. And everybody can kind of handle it differently. There's a lot of, and I mean, if we're talking about it from the game of football, the football, depending on your age level and where you're at, self-doubt can creep into your mind at any time. And I mean, I've been there. The thing is you've got to believe in the process. Doubt itself is a real thing. I mean, you don't know. I have self-doubt all the time about, am I ever going to actually break onto the scene on this YouTube thing? But, I don't really let it bother me too much. I know I have people that are going to watch me talk about football and other stuff like that at all times. So that's kind of the thing. It's hard to Amber, do you have anything on self-doubt?
Well, I think fake it till you make it is a very important thing, because the more that you fake confidence, the more you gain it as you do it.
So if you couldn't hear Amber, I don't know if you could or not, but she basically summed up that you should fake it till you make it, and gaining a little bit of self-confidence through that should help the self-doubt. And she said that to me many times, so I believe in that, and that's why I go to her for questions on that stuff. Jaden Jones, tips for playing safety. Depending on where you play as a safety, and the first thing that I kind of start with, and I coached safeties last year in our junior high team, and first thing that we started out, and we play with outside safeties in a 4-2-5 defense, and I strictly just coach the outside safeties. But one thing that makes sure, as far as you're doing, is you're taking your correct steps or your correct read steps, depending on what that is. Okay, whether it's man, zone, pattern read. And what we do is I have them put their foot up toward the ball. So the foot so if the ball's over here, my right foot would be up, and we're in a balanced stance. We were kind of if we didn't have a receiver attached to us out there, then we would kind of turn in so we could be ready to play the run. However, as far as playing safety, I think I've kind of talked about it before. As far as things that you should do, there's a lot of stuff that goes into playing safety. I recommend knowing what your reads and keys are. If you know you're supposed to be reading the number 2 receiver based on what he does, I mean, the thing is you want to key. I mean, first of all, you want to check for run pass, and so we teach them to, as far as our man, and this can differ from everybody. So don't take everything for what I have for granted and use it. But what we do is if we're playing man, my outside safeties or my free safety is keying the quarterback. And so if they read run, they're going to do their run read, which usually they're forcing the ball outside, forcing the ball back inside, not outside. And then if it's pass, I'm having them to flip their eyes back to their receiver. So if I was playing the run here, I've got my eyes here. Oh, it's pass. I'll lock on here. Okay. Best ways to recover from injury, depending on how severe that injury is. I mean, I'm not going to give out too much on, medical advice, because you need to take the advice of your athletic trainer, doctor, whoever has assessed you for the injury. Whatever they recommend is probably the best. Okay. And that's just going to come from me as a coach. So my liability is still credible. Around the crease, should line, let's see, best low profile shoulder pads. In my opinion, as far as best low profile, I like the Douglas pads really well. They do come at a big price for some of those. So I like those as far as being low profile, but I also like the Riddell SPX pads as far as being low profile pads. And we order about 12 of those every year, and they're fantastic.
You need to link your stuff. It won't let me link it.
It won't. I thought I did.
Is your Patreon? Can you link your Patreon in the chat?
Yeah. Okay. Just put it inside the chat.
Yeah. Trying to link your link tree, but it keeps telling me it won't allow it even under yours.
Okay. Well, I'm glad some of my stuff helped for you guys. Okay, let's see. YouTube Extra, can you send me a workout program? Well, let's see. What kind of... There is a workout program inside of Patreon. It may be free. I don't know. Trying to go back through. Small lineman tips. That's another one that someone left on there. Leverage is key, especially with linemen. Even if you're not a big offensive lineman or a small defensive lineman, if you're not blessed with that ability, make sure to use leverage. And what I mean by leverage is you want to use angles to efficiently block somebody rather than having to go face to face with somebody that weighs 300 pounds versus somebody that weighs 150 pounds. Inertia just doesn't work like that. Okay. And so even if someone is bigger than you, you still, even as a smaller offensive lineman, have to use leverage. And what I teach, especially on some of my guys that have, and I've had guys that are extremely undersized playing offensive line, and I have them, especially if we're executing certain blocks, we're getting low at the hip and thigh level, because if we can use that leverage to drive what we have into an area that is weak to that guy, because let's just be honest, most people aren't really flexible in their hips, especially linemen. And we work on hip flexibility, but I know my linemen don't have good hip flexibility. And so if we're attacking that area, we're gaining leverage. Everything good with the Patreon?
Paste again.
It needs to be pasted again?
No, just paste. It's copying it from my phone.
Huh?
Just paste in the chat.
Let me try it again.
No, they've got that one. I'm trying to do your link tree so they can have your other links.
So I'm not sure. I don't make sure I'm on the live channel. Do you want to take over?
Like in the chat. Oh my god.
I don't know where it.
So I can type.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Make sure while we're taking this small break here, I'm going to go through on Instagram, make sure we got everybody up to date. What's up? I love you. We got to eat our 1-year-old cake too later.
Oh yeah, did you tell him it's our 1-year anniversary?
Yeah, I told him it's our 1-year anniversary. Got Jaden Jones in here. Let's see, I'm giving him
See,
the thumbs
look,
up.
it won't allow it. Everything I type in, it doesn't allow.
Huh. Oh, why don't we do this? Why don't we?
Just paste, I guess, paste everything. I just wanted everyone to have your other links because people ask for them and then you never post them. You're good at social media.
Ah, yeah. You're my social media person. Social media manager. Okay, that should, let's keyboard. Okay, that should be everything. You guys that have, if you have Discord, we use Discord on this. It's not been as active, but I would love for you guys to post your football gear that you get over the summer. Around the crease, those Riddell shoulder pads, where can I get some? Depending on no, I actually this okay. It's weird. So here's what happened. Here's what happened. I accidentally was trying to open up a new tab. I have this thing, that it makes light, and that was covering my spot right there. And I clicked out of the, so basically I left for a minute and then came back and I was able to join. So it looks like everything's okay. I clicked out of the, okay, yeah, I think we're okay. So I apologize. Yeah, no, I was in the middle of answering your question around the crease, and I just clicked out of it and clicked out of Google. I'm gonna put it over here just in case. I'm gonna hide that so I don't do that again, because I was answering around the creases question. So as far as like where you're buying this from, the Riddell website has it, and I've got a video on these Riddell pads I'm talking about, and I talk about all of the different types. So what I'll do here in just a second is share my screen and talk about the pads. These are stock pads, so they're not custom or anything. When people ask for like varsity level, like when they talk about this pad, this is what I go for. I'm just making sure that I get, let's see, let's just make sure I get this right, because I want to just put, yeah, these. Okay. 1 second, I'll answer the question here. Let's see. Like I said, I'm a little slow to this. Okay. So these are the SPX shoulder pads. I'm just showing these on the Riddell website. So there are 4 different styles, actually. You have an offensive line, defensive line pad. You have a quarterback receiver pad, running back DB pad, linebacker, fullback. They all have different different pros and cons. And I do a video on this, and it's on these shoulder pads. I would recommend either, and I'm going to actually probably look around for you and see if I can find a good deal on these, because they do, retail at $300. So that's just kind of, that's a good one, but I will continue to look and see what else we can find here. Because there's other websites that I've not checked in a long time. It feels like I've not done this in forever, because I always try to help you guys out. Savage Red, what football cleats should Speed Rusher get? If we're talking about defensive line, I guess. Under Armour Spotlight mid cleats, I would go with around the crease. Yeah, I would go with, I'd go with some. I've not tried the Spotlight cleats, so I'm pretty much out of sync on not shoulder pads. I'm all good on shoulder pads, but I've not really done much with. I've not done much with this with cleats in a long time, so my knowledge on cleats isn't that good, and so some of you guys may be able to help each other out here. Giveaway is not ended. We are still going. We'll be doing the giveaway here shortly. Notre Dame ones are. Around the crease, are you a coach? I think I saw that earlier. Huh. Cool. That's awesome. It looks like $300 is going to be the pretty much the main set for those SPX pads. I don't see anything else. I mean, you might be able to find them. I mean, it just depends. I've done crazier stuff and bought them off eBay and crazy stuff like that. But let's see if there's any more questions we might need to respond to. It looks like that we're going to be, unless any more people need to vote, what's the best backplate for your money is going to be our next video that we release. So looks like everybody's at least at least selected each one. I had 5 people vote for best backplate for your money. 4 vote for linemen wear should linemen wear backplates, FQA. I can definitely tell you that we'll just order those like that and put those, unless we have a drastic change. But it looks like this week you guys will have 2 videos out: best backplate for your money and linemen wear backplates. So it's backplate week. And then the podcast. Someone voted for the podcast. How many youth coaches do you need? And then how to get into football coaching. So those are all. I love the face. What do you coach? Like what level? That's what I want to know. That's pretty awesome. I don't have many coaches that just jump on this live stream, but I am making more coach related content as we go. I also have another channel called Mr. Football Coach. And we're going to be adding stuff to that later on, hopefully later on this month. Coach high school, me too. Yep. As far as other things go, speaking of backplates, we are going to be doing an awesome giveaway for you guys in the month of July. And I've pretty much already decided that July 1st is going to be the start of a brand new giveaway for us. It is a month-long giveaway. And we're going to be giving away a Riddell carbon fiber chrome backplate. So this is the carbon fiber chrome backplate that you can find on Dick's Sporting Goods website. And those are, that's going to be a pretty cool little giveaway that we do. I've had that one for a little bit and just never really used it. And so someone's going to win an awesome giveaway of that, and that'll be in July, kind of going into football season. We will also, as the season approaches closer, we will also do a subscription box giveaway. So we'll give away one of our subscription boxes that's on Patreon. I currently don't have anybody on that's a Patreon, and that's okay. I don't, expect you guys to support. Huh?
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You gave subscription boxes to Anthony.
Yeah,
He
well,
supported.
yeah, he did support. Anthony was one of our original people that was on there, and so he could tell you. I haven't seen him on here, but he has gotten he's gotten it firsthand. Had it for a couple months, and it's not meant to be. It's sort of like a subscription box that you would get, with anything else. I used to have like a video game subscription box that I got. And we were usually, like last year at this time, we basically ran that all summer for him. And even if we went into football season for you guys, especially as it gets closer to the season, we would be getting you guys gear every single week. Excuse me, not that fast. Every single month you'd be getting a box of gear. Presumingly that your season is about 4 months long, you could have 4 months worth of stuff show up. And we customize it to what you like, to your sizes and so forth. You usually get 1 to 2 football items, and then a lot of support items like it's like little things like wristbands, and I include protein bars and all kinds of stuff like that in those as well. Athletic tape I usually throw in every time because you could never have enough. Athletic tape. Savage Red, should I do anything besides working out and running to get ready for the season? No. Stay with it. Stay the course. Stay the course. That's what I would recommend in staying on this thing. Let's see. Best way to throw a football? The way that I throw a football, and I could be completely wrong, but I don't have a football to demonstrate this because I'm just not an expert in throwing the football. I mean, we throw the football to gain yards downfield, and however it has to be done, we do it. That's kind of my philosophy on it. But I typically have one finger off the laces if I think about it, and sometimes, and I don't play quarterback at all, never really have. But I take one finger off and then and throw, and I've not mastered that skill yet. I like to throw the football. I throw the football against the wall a lot. I've got this wall ball that I like to throw, and it's pretty fun. Here comes the cat. She always does this.
She loves you.
I know. She wants to just come up here and sit on my lap. Yeah.
I didn't recognize a lot of the names in the chat.
No, we've got a lot of new folks in here, so just want to say thank you to you guys for being in here. I'm going to start finalizing the giveaway and getting everybody that's needs to be in here. Make sure if you were a winner tonight that you go through and comment, or actually, if you were to win tonight, you have to be on here. Let's just make sure we're good on this. But make sure that you are on when we announce your name, and you'll want to comment that you've won. From that point on, what we will do is go through and have you send me a direct message on there back on Instagram, and we will get your address and all that stuff. So it doesn't look like anybody's not living outside the United States. So thank you. That makes it easy on us. What I will tell you about this giveaway and when it will get shipped, it probably won't get shipped till Friday. Okay. I'm about to go on vacation for a couple days, and so I'll get it ready to go, but probably on Friday of next week I will not next week, but Friday of this week we'll put it out. So remember, the giveaway tonight is for a East Bay wristband, and the main part of the giveaway here is this Sisu mouth guard. It's in electric blue. It's the only color I have, so I don't think color really matters. But are you giving away lineman gloves? No, but I am selling lineman gloves on my sideline swap. We can talk about sideline swap here at the end because I've not gotten to talk about that today and need to because I have a lot of football gear on there. Okay, and we can go through all that stuff, talk about it, and we need to have you guys buy stuff. Okay, like you need to get on that. Okay, because it's yeah, we can link to Sideline Spot. Let me do that real quick. It should be on. It's in the description, but I will shoot it up here real quick in the chat. I'm gonna let you guys take a look at that. I think if I go through and look at everybody here, let you guys take a look at that. We'll talk about it. Let's see. So getting everybody in here. Da-da-da-da. We are looking at all our entries right now. Just want to say thank you guys for being in here tonight. And definitely want to thank my wife Amber for helping out in the live stream chat as well. Everybody say hi to Amber.
Hi.
So I think we've answered all questions. Thank you guys for your questions tonight. He had A. Sanchez had a good question, or had a good things that we should start on here and start making tip videos, drill videos for football positions. It's something I've really really thought about, and not really thought about it, but I've considered all kinds of different ways I could take this. But we only have so much time left here in the summer. I think if we get a couple drill videos, I think that'll be better than not having any at all. I think you guys would agree. So I think, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people, and I've thumbed up 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Okay. All right. There you are. You commented to yourself?
No, the squiggly means like I'm writing this, not
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Football.
Oh,
I mean, I assume that they know that because I don't think you can type and talk at the same time.
yeah. No. Typing and
Like a whole different sentence.
no, that's like, I'm sorry. It's just if I'm focused on typing, I'm typing. It's why when I go through on Instagram or I'm on here, I just don't talk. It's why we need like you in here to like take the tangent or tell us the news or something. Like, I don't know. Forget about these pork rinds. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about our giveaway, and let's get an official count on who is all in here. I had 9, and I think we're going to go with the number. Well, we're gonna have Siri call it, or not Siri, but we're gonna have our. Well, I can scream at Alexa in the other room, and she will give us a random number. So here we go. Going through everybody here. Let me make sure I've got everybody that's went down in the description of the video and done everything on the giveaway form. I've got 9 people that are going to possibly win this thing tonight. So here we go. We'll go through numbers here. Alexa, pick a number between 2 and 12.
Your random number between 2 and 12 is 12.
Thanks.
12.
So we have 12 is John Stay 1K. You in here?
John Still.
John Stay 1K. And guys, this isn't, we will have another giveaway, coming soon. So just because this, if you don't win this giveaway, it's okay. We will have more giveaways
There he is.
There he is. Okay. All right. So make sure to comment or go to direct message me here on Instagram. We'll get your information and we'll get that out to you. Last thing I want to do tonight for you guys is talk about Sideline Swap. If you guys are not on Sideline Swap, it's sort of similar to eBay without having to bid or anything like that. I'll pull it up on my screen here and show you guys what mine looks like. It's my name on here is just Mr. Football. So Mr. Football in one word, MR Football. You can find me on here and you can find all of my items. I've got 16 things. Actually, it says 23 available. I guess that's for some things I have. Well, there's a second page I forgot about.
Are you gonna share that with them?
Yes, yes, I am. I was working on it. A little slow, and I'm gonna be really disappointed when they lose Google Hangout, because Google Hangout has been the best streaming service for me. Okay, all right, here we go. So you can go through and you can see all the different prices on here, and you can go through, and if there's something, what I like about Sideline Swap is if you see something and you think you're going to buy it later, you can always, give it a heart there or like it. And then, so what I do is like go through and I heart a bunch of things that I like and then come back and look at them later. So I've got a lot of shoulder pads, some youth shoulder pads that I added on here. I've got a Douglas butterfly restrictor, a Riddell big grill face mask. You don't see these big grill face masks anymore. I've got some cleats size 12 if y'all need them. They're $40, brand new. BioLite knee pads, which 3 people have liked. Somebody's going to buy those soon, probably. Just a lot of stuff. Back plates, some adult ones, youth, plenty of rib protectors. Everybody always asks me about my rib protectors. Someone asked about lineman gloves. I'm selling these gloves on here, and so those you can buy these for $55. I'll make an offer if you come down a little bit. I'll make a little cheaper offer for you. They are brand new for the most part, and I got some more rib protectors, some youth ones. I do have one pair of adult rib protectors. If you got any quarterbacks out there, it's a large, kind of a bigger size, but these all go together. So that is Sideline Swap. So get on there, and it's real easy to set up an account. Maybe we can talk about that another day, but that's just some easy ways to get equipment. Sorry, I saw what?
You're so ADD.
I am. I saw John Stay 1K messaged me back on Instagram. So I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. I'm a little ADHD. Yes, you did win. I apologize, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being in here tonight. It has been a pleasure being on here and giving you guys help on anything. If you guys have any if you have any tips that for anybody else, or you want to respond to anything on here, the live chat is always open here to answer this stuff. I just saw Savage Red's question on here. Just do the basics. It'll help a lot of people. I agree. I would love to just, get into this and really make some videos for you guys. I'm not an expert at every position, but I'm going to do my best to give my perspective. I've been coaching football for 6 years and have coached a lot of positions. So that's just a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff we can talk about as it comes to football. Guys, remember we have videos coming out every Tuesday and Thursday from this point on, and they're coming out at 9 o'clock Central Time in the AM. And I know I said that backwards, but that's how my brain works. So Thank you Around the Crease for joining us in here. Thank you, everybody, for in here. Thank you, John Stay 1K, Jaden Jones for being in here, Savage Red for being in here. Cats are fighting, and everybody else that was helpful in here. And thanks to my wife as well for being in here and helping out as always. Just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this. If you guys don't have anything else, that's a good question we need to ask. We do have 3 minutes to kind of spare with these guys because I do have 8 people still watching, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I just need to know what time are you? I mean, I know it's hard to tell, but like where are you gonna be watching videos? Like I'm weird. Like I watch stuff in the morning sometimes, and even at night. So. I think if I had a YouTuber that I like and they posted something at 6 a.m., I'd watch it at 6 a.m. But like I said, if you guys have a preference on time, let me know. If you don't care and you'll still get the notification, watch it later, I'm okay with that too. And if we don't get responses, we'll be out.
We'll do a poll on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. Thank you guys. But there's one thing when they post, I'm gonna watch. That's true. We have a lot of people that'll still watch us. So we have one. I got one more thing to say on our flag football series. I'm working on the very last video for that vlog, so you guys will see the conclusion of our flag football season. Gang asks, what kind of gloves do defensive linemen wear? Primarily lineman gloves are pretty much the best. I can show you just a quick example real quick. We showed these just a minute ago. Like DTAC 5 are the old gloves. They now have the DTAC 6, and the Under Armour combat gloves are just a couple of examples. You can also wear the Super Bad gloves from Nike, and those are also a good glove as well. So that's just an example. Some good padding on the back is always really good for defensive linemen. Like I said, guys, all the links to our social media is down in the links below. Make sure to subscribe as always. Follow us on Instagram. Check out my stories. I'm posting my stories all the time. Discord, Sideline Swap, and Patreon as well if you want to support the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching this. We will see you next time. Mr. Football out.